Reese right here, back with another video, and this is actually a Hirsutism facial wax that is already on this channel. However, it does not have commentary, so I wanted to go back and add the commentary to this video so we can just talk about a few things that is going on. So as you can see, we are doing Hirsutism facial wax on Lele. She has been following up again, being consistent with her wax sessions, and we are getting progress. So if you can go back and look at some of her previous videos, you will see from her very first session up until we got the skin at its very clearest. And then of course, due to life and other circumstances, maybe she didn't come in for a few weeks, and so her skin kind of started to turn back, it's like a little backwards progression. And so she's back now, she's on track, and so we're trying to get her back to the point where everything was like super clear, super bright, minimum breakouts. But one thing I will say that has been consistent is the fact that even though she hasn't been coming in, well, she wasn't coming in and getting her regular waxes and treatments, the hair itself is not as dense, thick, and coarse as it was in the beginning. And so now we have hair that is a little bit more manageable. It comes out pretty easy. It's not thick and coarse and dense like I stated. And so that means it's not causing a lot of skincare problems. So even if you look at her skin, you'll see that she has minimum breakouts, minimum ingrowns, in compared to before where everything was like super inflamed. Everything had a lot of pus. It was a lot of discoloration. So we are definitely getting progress. And if this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the Adore Her Beauty channel. I'm Reese Wright. I know I'm like 2 minutes in before I'm starting to introduce myself, and you have seen many strips laid on this particular client. So what the wax that I am using here is Abolish Wax brand. You've seen that I've used 2 colors. The first is this orange. It is the Abrogate wax, and the other is the clear/white wax. That is the Nullify wax. So I often get asked, why do I use multiple waxes in a session? So different wax formulations serve different purposes. Some wax formulations are really gentle and they're good for people who have really thin, fine, or vellus hair and maybe also sensitive skin. There are waxes that are made for more thicker, coarser, denser hair, like, hirsutism or beard area. And then they have different types of formulations as far as like hard wax, soft wax, sugar. It comes in different shapes, sizes, and colors. So there is a number of varieties of waxes on the market. And so, I use 2 different waxes sometimes on one client because I know, the purpose that needs to be served. One wax can handle it over the other. So with the Abrogate wax, and I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time talking about the waxes itself, but the Abrogate wax is really good for coarse hair. The thing about it is that, it does have some color into it, so that's what makes the orange. And some people are sensitive to color. It does have a fragrance, so some people are sensitive to fragrance. Now right here you can see the Nullify wax. It's a clear wax. It is really thick, rich. It is amazing. And honestly, it can handle the same type of hair, thick hair, just like the Abrogate wax, but it also grabs the really fine hair. So sometimes clients will have a mixture of terminal hair and vellus hair in one section, and Nullify is comparable. It's like amazing. You can get those hairs, right? So it's comparable to your professional wax brand. And you can see here it's got the small hairs, the short hairs, the thick hairs. And the plus side to this product is that it's amazing for sensitive skin. So if you're allergic to like dyes, perfumes, fragrances, colors, things like that, this wax would be perfect for you. And here we are tweezing, and just like, listen, when you see an esthetician tweezing, it's not that the wax didn't perform well. Sometimes for some particular clients, it's a number of things that go into play why their hair is stubborn. One could be that they're dehydrated, so they're not consuming enough moisture, whether it's drinking waters, eating fruits and vegetables, and their skin may not be having enough water topically. So that will cause the skin to be really dry and hold on to that hair. Another reason could be because the hair has just been there for so long, and it is of course wrapped around blood vessels, and so it takes a little bit more effort to get those hairs out. Those are just two reasons among many as to why, hairs will be a little stubborn. But I always tell people this: just imagine a weed growing in the garden. You try to go and pick it up with your hand, it's going to give some resistance. Like you have to be really strong and really precise to pull some grass or weed or something up from the earth without it snapping, breaking, or needing some other extraction method. So the same thing, like it works the same way with hair. For some people, it's just going to require you to go in with tweezing. And so it's totally okay. Now, a person just tweezing everything, no, because that can be damaging to the skin if it's done improperly. I don't have a thing against tweezing. It's just inappropriate or incorrect tweezing that will make make things become problematic, such as dry skin, such as brittle, broken hair. So if you're a tweezer, be careful. Make sure you're pulling the hair from the follicle fully and that you're not snapping or breaking hair. So here, I don't know, what I'm doing. Sometimes I lay the wax a little too thin and it gives a little struggle. But yeah, we have reached the end of this video. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. It's like, only like 6 minutes or so. So it's so much we can cover, but this is pretty much it. So now she's back on track to get her skin back to clear. I'll see you in the next video.